You ready, Ben? Right, so here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fraser McKenzie here. Only commentating for the X1RL Racing League now, ladies and gentlemen, because I made my Talk the Devil debut last night. A little bit gutted about what happened, but hey, not much we can do about it now. But with me in the commentary box this evening, it's Ben Hazelwood. Ben, welcome along this evening.
Good evening, everybody.
How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm all settled with some little snacks and a drink, and hopefully in for a fantastic race.
Yeah, because if last night's race was anything to go by, hopefully we don't have the same issues at the now infamous turn 17, which Ivan is just coming up to just now, and it's round about here. Yeah, right there. That's where all the drama unfolded last night. Phil ended up dislodging the wall for some bizarre reason. How he managed to dislodge the walls beyond me, and it ended up catching out almost half the grid, including myself.
Yeah, that wall is terrible. Even when I've done practice sessions around here, you catch that wall at the wrong angle and it pulls it away from the wall, and then someone else hits it and it just sits on the track, and that's what half of the problem was yesterday.
and it ends up being a domino effect after that.
Yeah. I was still quite impressed with the amount of people yesterday that didn't collide into the cars that had hit the wall and bounced obviously back into the track. There was a fair few drivers that come around that turn, and I was just half expecting them to come ploughing into an abandoned car. But everybody kept it nice and clean, did what the yellow flags were supposed to do, and got round. But yes, let's hope nobody destroys the wall today.
Yeah, nothing. If that were to happen, if that sort of thing happened in reality, we would have had a safety car out like 2-3 times over.
Just looking at some of these lap times at the moment. Go on board with this. Oh, they're still in the pits.
Yeah, but anyway, while we're going through that, let's have a quick update on the championship standings. Anthony Waddington in the Renault, running away with the championship. At this point, it's his championship to lose. Jabe Lu managed to get into second in the championship after what happened in Singapore last week. Owen Lewis now third in the championship with 127 points, but he's back this week, folks.
I was going to say, yeah,
to close the gap on Waddington.
Owen didn't race last weekend, did he? So
that is very true. Yeah.
Good to see him back. He's already gone out and set a nice lap time of a 1:32.5, so he's already coming back in fighting spirits.
Yep, and Waddington not too far behind him, 32.8. And then you've got Callum, the CEO of the Talk the Devil League. He is fourth at the moment, 32.9. Back where back in the team that kicked off his Talk the Devil career, Mercedes. Then we've got Pete Polini in the Williams, 32.9. He's only a couple of hundredths away from Callum. Jorge in the Ferrari, 33.3. And then Anthony Bauer, my teammate for last night, in the Toro Rosso, 33.4. And then Calzone, that's another Callum MacArthur.
Yeah, another Callum.
33.5. And then Ivan, 33.569, 1,000 slower. And then we have got Scott Young in the sister Renault with a 34.1. That's your top 10 at the moment. Dean, Rian, Jabelu, and then you've got the alpha of T-Bits and Jaziello.
Yeah, I've been looking at that name and I'm thinking, how do you pronounce that? Yeah, Jaziello? Yeah, an interesting gameplay. Sorry, by the way, Fraser, carry on.
Yeah, so yeah, we've got 5 drivers that are yet to set a lap time, but in the Constructors' Championship, it's pretty close up at the top. Renault with 224, Red Bull with 215, Williams, not very often you can say that in 2019, third in the championship with 185, and then as Matthew Gallagher in WTF1 puts it, Sport Pacer with the Point Formula 1 team in fourth with 182 points.
Just watching Gareth then, he got very sideways of I need to learn the track names and stuff really properly, of like what the turns are and everything. He was very sideways in sector 2 at the moment, so we'll see if he's up on his previous time at the moment of a 1:35.2, and no, he's slower by 5 seconds. Could possibly be an in-lap. One more person to set a time, and that's Meet Dean. So obviously got tidbits in the other Alfa Romeo this evening, which should have been my seat, but due to circumstances I was unable to race because I couldn't concentrate for the duration of it if something was involved, but I was able to get away.
Yeah, I managed to get the names of the 2 drivers that are racing the T-bits. Travis Bittner is the guy that's in the Alfa Romeo. He's 12th at the moment at 33.736, and then Jazziello is. I'm not kidding when I see his name, guys. Jazziello Auditori da Firenze. Someone's an Assassin's Creed fan by the sounds of it.
Jeez. A long pronunciation. Dean's just going a little bit wide coming up the hill for his hot lap.
Oh, but he's almost out of fuel though.
He is, yeah. And he's now just run out of ERS, so obviously been punting that out as much as possible during the race. Goes, sixth, 1:30. Nice, Dean.
That is a great lap time for him. So the order as it stands is Philip Nilsson in Williams fastest, Owen Lewis second, Waddington third, Callum fourth, Polini fifth, Dean sixth, Jabelu seventh, Jorge eighth, Bauer ninth, Forey 10th, MacArthur 11th, then it's Ivan, Travis, Michael Booker, Irving, Scott Young, Caesar, Jazziello, Gareth just overtaking him as I say that, Gareth Lamborn, Jazziello, and then Tom McGregor. So that's the order as it stands. There's about 5 minutes to go, and it's the slowest 5 we lose from this part of qualifying.
Wonder who's going to improve at the moment, because we've got, I can never remember his name. It's in the Renault at the moment, 16th, Shazbo. I can't remember his real name.
That's Scott Young.
That's it, Scott Young. I knew it was there somewhere. So we got Scott, Caesar, Gareth. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name again.
Jazziello.
Jazziello. I'm just going to call you Jazz for the duration of this race, Jazz. And then Iceman sat last, so he's obviously going to hopefully improve on his time. He looks like he's on a hot lap at the moment in sector 2. Is he going to improve? We'll soon find out when he gets to the sector times.
Scott Young improves, 33.8.
Well, Iceman is up by 2,000 second at the moment, so he could...
Well, it's an improvement, which is the main thing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be enough to get him out of Q1 though. Scott with improving on that lap times.
Yeah, Tom McGregor, he's got to make up at least 2 seconds on his lap time.
I think he's going to do it 1:35.6, so he's improved. But still,
he's improved, but he's still not fast enough.
Still last. That's a shame for the McLarens to be at the bottom of the grid.
And Caesar manages to get out of the knockout zone and that puts Michael Booker in danger, but he's on an out lap right now, as is Jazz. Travis is on a flying lap meanwhile.
Also got Calzone on Ivan. Well, Ivan's now on a hot lap.
And Travis almost lost control there.
He did. That was almost straight into the wall and out, wasn't it then? I've got to admit though, that lap time from Philip Nielsen, 1:32.1. It's quite an impressive lap time. Almost half a second quicker than the guy running than Owen in second at the moment. Is Travis going to improve? Not with the amount of slide that he's getting at the moment. Gareth out on an out lap. His name's also on an out lap. Wargaze on another out lap.
Yeah, Jazz is on a lap as well, and he's a couple of tenths up, but he's still got a bit of time to make up. He's got to make up at least 7 tenths to be able to guarantee he gets into the second part of qualifying. Looks like he's going to have another crack since because it looks like he invalidated his lap. Ooh. So he's going to have another crack now. This will be his last chance to improve. He's got about, oh my goodness me, he's got almost a second to make up. That's a tall order at this point.
That is, I'm just riding on board with Gareth at the moment. He's setting a hot lap and he's slower by half a second already in sector 1, but he's had quite a lot of slide on.
And of course, bearing in mind, he is on worn tyres. We've got to keep that in mind.
You not reckon he's stuck on a fresh set to try and up the list?
Well, not according to my timing screen. It says he's on a worn, on a used set of softs.
How does it tell you that? I've never noticed that, because to me they all look the same.
Well, it's spectator menu, and
yeah.
You go to detail, and it says you go to the detail, and you go to fitted, and that shows you how many laps they've done on their tyres.
Oh, right. Okay, so that's also including in and out laps as well on top of that. Cause we noticed
that
it's
is
actually
correct.
They don't. So okay, yeah. Because I remember in the older games, the logos used to change, didn't they, from a new set to a scrubbed set of tyres? Because in a race you had the option of, I want a new set, or did I want a scrubbed set?
Yeah, that is true, yes. But nevertheless, Jazz is looking good. Qualifying's just finished. Comes across the line, and he improves, but he doesn't make it out of qualifying. Michael Booker doesn't make it either.
Oof, that's a shame.
Improves, he doesn't make it.
I don't think Gareth's, well, he's now on another hot lap, but he's still 0.02 of a second down in sector 1, so I don't think he's going to improve very much. And the other McLaren is just a coasting. Please do not retire on track, buddy. Do not do it. He's just letting people past, yeah. I think is officially out of fuel.
He's out of fuel. Oh no, that's the sort of thing he really could have done without.
So we got out in qualifying 1 then. We've got Michael Booker, 1:33.8. So I tell you what, you look at those times actually, that's very close between 14 to 17. Could have been anybody's game on that one. Heidecker in 17th, Jazz sat in 18th, Gareth in 19th, and you said his name already. I need to really write all of these down. It's ridiculous. I'm in this league. I should know everybody's name, really, shouldn't I? That's a shame for the McLarens, though. They're going to definitely bring a battle through.
That's going to be a big mountain to climb for them. Now this is interesting. I've just spotted on the flags that Callum MacArthur, interestingly, he's got the flag of Saudi Arabia. Interestingly.
Do you know what? I never actually noticed that before, and I'm pretty sure he is in America, so I'm wondering if he's just done that to mix the flags up a little bit.
Well, I'll say with somebody that was in season 1, Matt Ashman, he did something similar, and he mixed his flags up pretty much every other week. At one point, he even had the North Korean flag.
Maybe he likes to mix them up, keeps people guessing.
Yeah, so yeah, it was at a point where on commentary I was having a game with myself. I was like thinking, what flags Matt Ashman's going to have this week? And nevertheless, we've got a lot of drivers coming out now, and this is where strategy comes into play. What tyres are they going to start on if you make it into the top 10? Because of course the top 10 make it through. The top 10 that make it through to the shootout, the tyres they set their fastest lap on will be the tyres they start the race on.
Yeah, this will be an interesting strategy if people are going to try and go for a 1-stop, 2-stop.
Well, with it only being a 50% race distance, I would imagine they'll definitely be going for a 1-stop, be it softs to mediums or mediums to softs.
Well, we were doing practices yesterday morning, me and Michael Booker, for a 100% race, and we still managed to do a 1-stop in a 100% race. But it does involve a lot of tyre management. Callum yesterday pulled off a 1-stop and took the win, but okay, that was obviously through connection issues. I should invite Gareth back as he's just left. But yeah, the 1-stopper is definitely doable in a 100% race, so it's definitely going to be doable in a 50. I have to go to my friends list. Oh, I've got that horrible sound glitch on JBL's car with the pit limiter. Seems like that, you know, the sound of when the pit limiter is stuck on.
Ah. Okay.
Can't quite tell actually because both Red Bulls are on track, so I can't tell if it's JBL or Ivan. It's Ivan. Looks like the Red Bulls. I thought they were possibly going to be giving each other a tow or something, but he has no ERS on, so doesn't look like he's going for a hot lap right about now. Not many. Sorry, go on.
Callum McCarthy, obviously because of the technical issues he's got right now, he's the only one that's not out on track at the moment. But hopefully we can get him back in so we can get a lap time set.
I didn't realise Callum. That's Calzone, isn't it? I didn't realise he had left.
That's the one.
An invite. I saw Gareth left, but I sent him one. Okay, now why is it not coming up? With invite. Set it to friends only, so it should be able to. He is already in the game.
Ah, excellent. He's managed to get in there. That's good to see.
Yeah, well, I didn't see him leave because it won't let me actually send him an invite back. So that's
well, I think what
he's still in the game.
I think what he's done here is he's waiting until the track's rubbered in a bit more, so he can go for essentially a last-minute lap. Now that's a bit of a risk at this point because I mean, if you take the risk and it pays off, fantastic, you've saved yourself a set of tyres. But if it doesn't pay off, then that risk has gone up in smoke.
Yes, I find that this track is definitely one that rubbers in during qualifying quite quickly, so he doesn't want to really leave too late with everybody starting to go out onto track.
Ivan, it looks like he was improving on his lap time, but it looks like the lap time got invalidated.
That is not good.
It doesn't look like anyone's on a hot lap at the moment. So let's look and see what's happening.
No, I was going to say maybe JB, but I think he's on an in lap.
Yeah, he's on an in lap. Yeah.
Yeah, both the Red Bulls are on an in lap. Anthony is on an out lap. Philip Nielsen, on an in lap. So the only person we're still waiting for is Calzone, and he has just left the pit lane now.
Philip Nielsen is into the pits now. Waddington, yeah, as you say, he's on an out lap now. He's got Got a bit of ground
I
to make
think
up.
I think he's on his hot lap at the moment. 33.3 for the first sector, so it's definitely going around at a nice rate of pace. And that's it, it's just Anthony and Callum out on track at the moment. Coming into the penultimate turn now, so we'll see what sort of lap time he's going to set. 1:32.5. There we go, straight into second.
He's still a fair bit behind Philip.
Oh yes. Got Callum now just crossed the line to start his hot lap. Noticed a few drivers have changed their strategy for mediums to softs
like
for the start of the race.
It looks like everyone apart from Pete and MacArthur. Looks like everyone apart from those two are going to be starting on the softs.
As you say that, mechanical sack changes to a set of mediums.
Anthony Bauer, yes.
Yes,
he
Anthony.
changes to a set of mediums. Yeah, was a massive props to Anthony Bauer on his 5th place last night in the Williams.
Yes, to bring that Williams up to 5th place on realistic as well. That's quite an achievement.
Yeah. Obviously not just a combination, not just. Oh, that's one of the Renaults. That's Waddington. Is Waddington out of fuel?
No, I think he's
No,
just going slow on maybe for back on his in lap, but I like the way he kept nicely out of the way.
But I'm pretty sure he'll be more than happy with what he's done.
Yes, yeah, I don't think he's going to have to worry about being knocked out of this. I think he's probably quite comfortably through to the next part of qualifying. Let's see where Callum goes. All very sideways coming out of the last turn, and he only goes 13th for a 1:34.7. Not, yeah.
No. He's spun it, and he's in the wall.
He has, yeah, lost. There's a lot of wing damage there, and he has been disqualified, blocking the pit lane. That's a bit unfair, game. Come on. There's not really much he could have done about that.
Well, that's him out of qualifying.
Yeah, and the AI has just plopped his car on the side of the road. Let's just hope nobody decides they're going to have a nice little sideways spin coming out of that section. Who have we got on an outlap? Tisbits is on an outlap.
And Pete Polini, 7th. Great improvement there. That should comfortably see him through. We'll wait and see what happens.
I'm going to record that because I just caught Pete doing a massive, well, he's doing it now, massive corner cuts. Unless he is on an in lap.
I think he's probably on an in lap, and he's taking those corner. He's doing the corner cutting to try and save himself some time, get in, put a fresh set of boots on, and then just go for one last lap.
Are you allowed to still cut the corners as such like that? I know it's an in lap and you'd only get invalidated, but surely proper drivers would still drive the track as they should, not intentionally just cut the turns like he has. I suppose I can see why. It's a quicker way of getting back to the pits, but not on a full agreement with that personally. But hey,
it is highly unlikely that he's going to be able to get a fresh set of tyres on. He's got less than 2 minutes to go. I doubt he's gonna be able to get it at this point.
Yeah, I don't think he will be either. That's a hell of an ask to get that back. This is a feature that the game need to add in, I think, a little bit actually, is if you put more fuel in, you should have that option just to be able to come in, change your tyres and go straight back out again, not be pushed back into the garage or anything. So
absolutely.
I'm on with JBL at the moment. He's on a, well, I was going to say a hot lap, but he's using no ERS. Can't quite tell, and he's 3 seconds down, so he's obviously backed out of this lap somewhere, maybe invalidated it on the first couple of turns. Versus on a hot lap.
Yeah, we've got Dean, Bauer, Jorge, and Ivan all on. Looks like they're all on hot laps right now, but we'll wait and see what happens. Yes, they're all on hot laps, which means Pete's in danger of being eliminated from this part of qualifying.
Yep, because there we go, it's just dropped one more position from 9th to 10th. That is just unlucky.
A few drivers got run out laps as well there. Travis and Callum, especially, they're in danger of being eliminated, come to think of it. Because we've got, Scott Young, he's abandoned his lap. Here comes Dean. Is he going to improve? He does, by quite some margin.
Oh, Dean, that was a hell of an improvement. Got mechanical, and mechanical sack as well, even better. Jesus. 1:32.5.
And what's Ivan going to do? 32.8. So in the span of just a couple of minutes, Pete Polini has gone from, he went from like 7th all the way down to 13th, just like that. That is brutal. Caesar's abandoned.
Yeah, if Caesar's abandoned, but Callum's on his lap, and if he carries on going the way he's going, he's gonna knock someone else.
He's gonna knock Travis
out.
He's gonna knock Travis out of the top 10. He's 2/10 up. That will see him through. That will see him through to the next part of qualifying. And it looks like, and regardless of what happens, the top 10 are going to start on soft tyres.
Soft tyres, yeah. No mixed strategies here today.
He's coming around the final couple of corners.
Not used to the apex.
The line, he goes
there
8.
He goes.
That'll do.
So, knocks this bit's down, puts JBL onto the drop line, but he is obviously through because no one else is.
Regardless.
Yeah, no one else is on a lap. Dean's into the pits now.
Yeah. So Travis, Caesar, Pete, Scott, and Callum MacArthur all out of this part of qualifying. Philip Nielsen, Anthony Bauer, Anthony Waddington, Dean, Rhian Forey, Owen Lewis, Ivan, Callum Harrod, Jorge, and JBL are all through to the top 10 shootout, and they will all be starting on soft tyres for the race.
Oh, I hear engines. That's always a good sign. Who is going to be first on track?
Here we go. Top 10 shootout time.
All looks like they're going to go out exactly the same time. No messing about.
Philip Nilsson, first one out onto the track. Looks like Dean and JBL, the only drivers not out on track at the moment. But they'll be happy with what they've done.
Yeah, I think Dean's the only one that's possibly going to leave it till last minute.
And again, like I said in the second part of qualifying, that's a big risk to take. JBL the only one still on an outlap at the moment, but Philip Nilsson, he's coming round final corner.
Oh,
31.8.
Stop
That's
going
gonna
so quick.
That is going to take some beating. Somebody give this guy a talk to the devil seat right now.
No, let's not. Sorry, mate.
Anthony Bauer 32.3, Waddington 32.6, Ivan 33.9. Callum back into the pits, interestingly.
I wonder if he invalidated his lap and then...
More than likely the case. Owen Lewis 32.3.
Not bad, that whole game of a...
32.9. Looks like Rian Giaban, he invalidated his lap. JBL looks like he invalidated his lap, so he's gonna have another crack at it. Yeah, he did invalidate his lap, but he's gonna have another go at it. Dean is coming out now. He is on his outlap now. And JBL is looks like he's right.
Screaming the hell out of that gearbox.
Yeah, and notice that JBL is going to be closing in on Dean. So Dean will need to get out of the way.
I think Dean will quite comfortably sort of move out of the way.
Very interesting with JBL, he doesn't have his ERS all the way up. He's only got it at level 3. He's got it up to level 4 now. I think he's wanting to utilise.
Yeah, so I've noticed with a lot of drivers that they go round here with it in 5 and 4 on the full back, and then by the time they get into the last sector, they completely lose all ERS. So, yeah, I think JBL is definitely doing the correct thing here and saving that last little bit of the home sprint.
And it looks like it's paying
Has it
off.
pulled
He's
off?
going around the final corner now.
You're right.
And he goes third, 32.388. Fantastic!
And there we go. That saving of that last little bit of ERS for that last sector has definitely pulled it out of the bag there.
And that shows it works. That shows it works.
So Dean, let's go and see Dean. And Callum is also now on a hot lap.
And Callum's on a flying lap now, but I'm sticking with Dean right now.
Yeah, I'm with Dean as well at the moment. I might just flick onto Callum quickly as Dean's coming around the last part. So I'll see what his lap time is. You can see what I mean.
4 minutes to go.
Look how much of
And there we
ERS
go.
he'd already won, lost. Oof.
Yeah, he didn't have it for he didn't have it for the final. He didn't have the ERS for the final sequence of corners, like the run out of turn. Well, it's actually turn 16. I've just realised, because there's 18 corners on the circuit, and it turns out it's actually turn 16. The final 2 corners are turn 17 and 18. Yeah, the run out of turn 16, and then the small straight heading through turn 17 and 18. That's easily. That's almost an entire sector. That's half a sector that he's lost in time alone because of not having the ERS. Callum, meanwhile, 32.368. He goes third.
He did the same as what JB did as well, and he saved a lot of ERS for that very last little sector.
Yeah, he certainly did. Ryan Forey, he's the only one that's essentially on a flying lap right now, so I'm going to ride on board with him.
Anthony Bowers out on a out lap as well.
Second DRS zone now. He's doing flat out level 5 ERS. There we go, goes through turn 16, there you go. And there he goes, now you got ERS deployment gone just before the penultimate corner.
Oof.
And as a result, he's only got a 32.7. So the top 10 as it stands is Philip Nilsson on pole position, Owen Lewis second, Callum Harrod third, JBL fourth, Anthony Bauer fifth, Waddington alongside him in sixth, Ryan Forey seventh, Horgate eighth, Dean ninth, and Ivan rounding up the top 10.
It's going to be interesting. I'm guessing Anthony Bauer has done it on outlet now. Look at the toy Ben, it will tell you. He's got most of them coming back out now for a last and final run. See if they can improve. It's going to be an interesting last part of qualifying with Owen, JBL, Anthony and Anthony Waddington all going to set one last hot lap towards the end if they can make it round. I think they may have possibly left it a little bit too late.
JBL's managed to cross the line, so he's gonna have another crack at it. He's doing same approach as he had on the previous lap.
Yep, Anthony made it. Anthony Bauer made it to the line as well, so he's out on a hot lap. Does Ant make it? You've got 6 seconds, Ant, to get round. You've left it too late. Is Waddington
going to make it? He's not going to make it.
He's not going to make it. He didn't even make it to the pit lane. That's unlucky for him. He's going to be disappointed.
Neither did Callum Harrod. He didn't make it either.
Oh no.
So realistically, it looks like it's going to be all down to Owen Lewis to stop Philip Nilsson from getting pole position. But then, of course, you've got JBL, Anthony Bauer, Horgate and Ivan all on laps as well.
Well, Anthony Bauer at the moment is up on his sector time, so he could possibly just rob that 4th place from JBL. Right at the last little minute.
Owen Lewis is up by just over a 10th, but it's not going to be enough to take pole position.
It's not going to be, no. Anthony coming into the last sector now with Horgate just in front of him, but hopefully he should just move out of the way.
But he doesn't take pole! He doesn't take pole position! How crucial is that going to be?
Still quite a gap between them.
And Anthony Bauer.
Oh, and Anthony Bauer, he robs it from him in the last second. What a lap!
Robs the front row right at the end.
Robbed it.
And Ivan aborts his lap. So Philip Nilsson, for what is it?
Second race in
a row. He's on pole position.
Phenomenal, absolutely. We all thought Anthony Waddington was just stupid quick and was running away with it. Imagine if we had these two right at both at the start of the season. This would be an epic sort of fight.
This would be an epic championship battle.
Yes, but I don't think there's enough races left for Philip to crawl in the amount of points needed to catch them. But I'm sure he's going to take as many of them as possible.
He will definitely be a challenger for season 2, without a doubt. So here's a recap of the top 10. It's Philip Nilsson on pole position, Anthony Bauer robbing Owen Lewis of a front row start. Owen Lewis 3rd, Callum Harrod 4th. He'll be happy. He'll be okay with that one. JBL 5th, Horgate 6th. Waddington, he'll be very disappointed he didn't improve on his lap time. He's 7th. Ryan Forey 8th, Ivan 9th, and Dean in 10th.
So everybody's having a nice little 5-minute break, hopefully toilet breaks and drink breaks for a lot of them.
Yep.
Oh, there's something I've never seen before. It's the race.
What's that?
And I have a Mercedes sat in. Oh, and now it's just disappeared. Oh, but there was a Mercedes sat in the actual pit box. It wasn't in the garage. It wasn't. Anyway, it was actually in the pit box, and then it just slowly ghosted and disappeared.
Hmm.
Bizarre.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Before I head off and get my supplies stocked up for the race. So here we are. It is round 16, I believe it is, for the Extreme One Racing League. We're here at the Sochi Autodrome in Russia. So the 2014 Winter Olympics, the most expensive Olympics ever staged, be it winter or summer, and it's also Sochi is also Russia's most popular resort, the unofficial summer capital of the country as well. And it's a 3.63 mile circuit, 2 DRS zones to look out for, 18 corners going round 6 of the venues that were host to the Winter Olympics in 2014. 18 corners, 6 to the left and 12 to the right. Some of the action zones, to look out for. It is turn 2 with the race start in 2016. Vettel out at the start, but he managed to make up for that a couple of years later in the run-up for turns 3 and 4, his battle with Lewis Hamilton. And then, of course, the chicane of turns 16 and 17 played havoc in the Talk of the Devil last night, and as a result, took out a majority of the grid.
Half of the field.
Half the field, yeah. The three tyre compounds we have are the middle compounds, as we often have. It is the C2 for the hard, the C3 for the medium, and the C4 for the soft. So here's the starting grid then for this race. Philip Nilsson, his second race in a row on pole position. Great performance from him. Anthony Bauer, his third front row start in a row. Great performance from him in the Toro Rosso. Owen Lewis just missed out on the front row, but third place, good starting position for him. Then you've got Callum Harrod in fourth alongside him. JBL fifth, and then you've got Jorge in sixth. Then you've got Waddington. He'll be very disappointed with his qualifying performance, but he'll be out with a point to prove to try and extend his lead in the championship. Ryan Forey alongside him in eighth. Then we've got Ivan and Dean rounding up the top 10 and looking down the rest of the grid. You've got Travis. Looks like he's making his debut tonight. He'll be right behind his teammate Dean in 11th. Caesar in the Sport Pacer Bridge Point Formula 1 team in 12th. Then you've got Pete Polini in the Williams. He'll be very disappointed with that. Scott Young in the Renault. And then you've got Callum MacArthur. Not what he would have wanted, but he's 15th. Then you've got Michael Booker, Irving, Jazz. Then Gareth Lambourne and Tom McGregor rounding up the grid. So it looks like I'm not going to have much time to get my supplies stocked up, but hey ho, what else can you do, really?
How many wings in a race then? I'm going to go with 14.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we had 4 or 5. I wouldn't be surprised if we had 4 or 5 on the first lap, as we so often do. But nevertheless, Caesar first to ready up as we get ready for the start of the race.
5 minutes go really, really quick when you're trying to do something, doesn't it?
Indeed, it does. It goes very quickly, especially when you're doing the race intro, as I have so often done throughout my commentary career. So here we go. Here come the lights. And when they go out, it will be race time in Russia. The lights were on for a very long time. But nevertheless,
They were.
Great start there. Great start there from Philip. Andrew Bowers had a good start. It's Callum's already up into third. He's challenging for the lead now. He's got JBL right behind him. Watch out for the carnage at this corner. And it looks like we've already lost the front wing. I think that was one of the Red Bulls. Not sure which one it would have been.
Callum, that was so unlucky. He had the
and Callum Harrod, are you kidding? Oh no! Second race in a row. That's the second race in a row. He's had a poor start. And that's taken into account last night's race. And he's almost done an incident with his teammate at Irving. Goodness me, what happened there?
There was a lot of battles going on at the back of there. Yellow flags,
and
all sorts.
Anthony Bauer managed to take the lead. Waddington is battling with Philip for second place. Goodness gracious me. It's all happening here at the start of the race, as it so often does. My goodness me. And technical issues for Michael Booker. Something he can really do without right now. Goodness me, and Waddington managed to get past Philip Nilsson, and JBL managed to get past. What's happened to Philip? He's got he's contact, and he's in the wall.
Oh no!
Oh, it's all falling apart for Philip. But nevertheless, the running order as it stands: Bauer lead, Waddington second, Philip third, Owen Lewis fourth, JBL fifth, Ivan 6th, Jorge 7th, Dean 8th, Collini 9th, Travis rounding up the top 10, then you've got Caesar, Flory, Scott Young, Tom McGregor, Callum Harrod, Callum MacArthur, Michael Booker, Gareth Lambourne, and then you've got Jazz and Irving both in the pits. So we only had 2 first lap stops here for front wing changes.
Yeah, a little thing with Callum as well at the start. He was really unlucky. Ferrari coming to the back of him and it sent him all the way around in a 360-degree spin.
Yeah, that was that would have been Irving Diaz more than likely, but yeah, that is really unlucky for that to happen. I
think you could possibly be right because he dropped back a lot of places as well actually and has pitted. So
yeah, I say for Callum, it was a case of deja vu for him after the events of last night. He ended up having a poor start. No idea what happened to him at the start, but my job wouldn't know because I was in my Williams just trying to avoid all the carnage. Luckily I managed to until I ended up putting it into the wall. But nevertheless, like I say, he'll be having a case of deja vu, the sort of thing he could have really done without.
both of the Red Bulls have made up some ground there, but Dean is definitely on the attack on JBL.
And Gareth Lambourne is
easily
in the pits.
Swoops on past.
Gareth Lambourne in the pits for Toro Rosso. So from the winners, some of the big winners and losers from the start, you had Waddington. He made up 5 places off the start, and as did Tom McGregor. Pete Polini, he managed to make up 4 places, but the biggest loser without a doubt, Callum Harrod, with 10 places lost off the start. Not what he would have wanted.
It is. No, it's such a shame because he had such a brilliant start as well.
Yeah,
I'm watching Dean
right
at
up there,
all over the back.
Yeah, he was right up there battling for the lead, and then just it just all fell apart.
Out of nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah, as I said, I'm watching Dean at the moment, and he is definitely bringing the fight to both of these Red Bulls, with everybody else in the background also going, no, I want to have a position change. There is a mini train from Meet Dean right
Dean,
down to
Dean, Ivan, Jorge, Pete, Caesar, and Travis. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 car train, all battling for 6th place. This could get very juicy very quickly.
Could be. I'll stay on board with this one for the time being. Philip
Philip having a go at Waddington!
having a
Cuts the
go.
corner, he has to give the place back.
He didn't.
Well played. He has to give the place back, but he might have a run out of this long left-hander into turn 4. But Waddington shuts the door on him, not having any of it. Very well played there from Waddington. I mean, it's seeing brief moments like that. That shows why Waddington is the championship leader.
Oh yes, yeah. We've always said that it is as fast as he is. He's also very patient as well. He will just sit behind you or in front of you and wait for you to make one of those crucial mistakes, and then will punish you for it.
Yeah, and that just shows. That's a perfect example of how good his racecraft is, and that's definitely going to show. That's definitely going to show in season 3 of the Talk of the Devil League. Hopefully, he'll be challenging for the title if he's lucky.
Oh dear. But the train has broken up just a little bit now. So Dean's managed to pull away and is on the hunt for JBL. Yeah, little car train.
Yeah, Dean will be hunting down JBL for that top 5 position. Dean currently 6th at the moment. Caesar with a time penalty, and that's one of the drawbacks with strict corner cutting. You do see a lot of time penalties because of the strict corner cutting.
Yeah, we had a driver in the Talk of the Devil League yesterday. We were counting the penalties, and they had over 25 seconds worth of time penalties. Now, I'm pretty sure that's very close to being disqualified. So we should definitely keep an eye on the penalties around here, because will throw something into the mix.
Yeah, and as it so happened, we
go out.
And it just so happened we. Wait, hang on, what? And it just so happened that we did end up with a disqualification in last night's race, which brought the runners down to just 10, which would have meant that. In an ideal world, if I was still in the race, I would have been guaranteed the fastest lap inside the top 10. All I had to do was just finish the race. But nevertheless, not much we can do about that.
We all have bad races, mate. You know, my last race for the Extreme One last around Singapore, I was lapped by lap 6. I just could not pull anything together. I think I was trying too hard. The more I tried, the more I messed up. The more I messed up, the more I got angry. And the more angry I got, the more I messed up even more. And I was just like, really?
Yeah, and it looked like Ivan ended up dropping a few places. Nevertheless, you still got Jorge, Caesar, Pete, Ivan, and Rian, and it looks like we're going to have Callum Harrod joining the train as well, and he's going to have Travis right behind him as well. So we're going to have ended up with we're going to be back up to a 7-car train as Caesar has a go at Jorge.
Oh God, they're all coming here.
It is all happening in the midfield as the leaders start to pull away.
Right behind him. This is going to be a brilliant down the DRS straight. We've got 7 of them.
Philip
That's
Nielsen,
a good comeback for Callum.
Philip Nielsen's in the pits.
Oh, I wonder if he had wing damage. Can't see anything. Oh, is Dean going to make a move on JBL? Is he going to do it? He's done it. easily
No,
comes to the DRS.
that's a very early tyre change. He's going straight onto the hards to get to the
That's
end
what
of the
I'm
race.
wondering if he had wing damage and he has just gone, do you know what? I'll fix this wing.
It was
And
well,
go.
he didn't change his wing. He just came in for tyres, and that was it. He was in
That is a
tyres
very
and out,
early
and that was
stop.
it.
We now have Dean up into 4th, pulling away from JBC. He's going to be on the hunt for Owen now.
This is turning into a great drive from Dean.
Caesar could not get past. Okay.
Yeah. So Waddington, meanwhile, he is right on the back of Anthony Bauer. The battle of the Antonys. Battling for the lead, and Pete with another time penalty. Gareth with another time penalty as well. Waddington's gonna have the DRS. Heading down towards the next corner.
Yeah, Mechanical Sack is really going to want to try and hold down up for...
And Waddington has a crash!
Almost.
And he ends up with a time penalty.
And takes the bollard out just for funsies.
That's going to be fun.
Those barriers don't actually damage your car. But Ant has actually now got past him. Which brings Owen into the battle as well, where they were having a small little fight.
But the big question now is, can Waddington start to pull away as Bauer has a crack and he gets past with ease? How in the world did he get past so easily?
I think there was definitely a DRS move and possibly ERS off max.
So much ground.
Especially being in that Toro Rosso. I know we are on
And
it.
something's happened to Caesar. Sorry to cut in there, but
Oh, that's right. You carry on.
Caesar, he's lost part of his front wing at turns 13 and 14. Having to take it very gingerly through the chicane. I don't blame him. He's going to need to come in.
I think he's going to. Yeah, he's boxing
coming
now.
in. He does. But is it going to be mediums or hards?
Callum is in the pits as well. What's going on there?
That's interesting.
Early pit stop for Callum as well. No wing change, straight onto the mediums. So I wonder if he's going to resort to a 2-stop.
Possibly. He might go back onto the softs to get to the end of the race. And
There's a
possibly
fair
go
few
for fastest
penalties
lap.
that have whacked up there. So we've still got Pete chasing down JBL at the moment. More time penalties coming up, guys.
Yeah, Dean just got another time penalty as we say that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if these soft tyres, and Tisbits as well, both the Alfa Romeo drivers going, oh, you have a penalty? I'll have a penalty. But yeah, sorry, we've got Maverick here chasing down JBL. I'm wondering if the soft tyres
is right
are just
on the back of
starting to lose their grip. He is. He's
Right on the back of him. Here he goes. Goes for the move. Oh, he's going to go on the outside. JBL not putting up much of a fight. And there you go.
JBL going to be do the famous.
Is he going
No,
to
he did not. He gave it.
Nah, he's not going to chance it there. I mean, fair play to JBL for not taking unnecessary risks. And that puts Pete right up into 5th place. That's a huge improvement for him.
And JBL has pitted, so I definitely think it was the tyres were on their way out.
This is a
now. Oh, there's loads of them coming in.
Rianne's in,
8
Scott
laps
Young's in.
on the stops.
Yeah, this is a great drive from Pete, he started 13th, he's up into 8th. What a drive from him.
Yes. Philip Nilsson now back up to 9th with all of the pit stops. Anthony is still wanting to apply pressure to the other Anthony, but Owen is
Waddington
joining
to pressure
in
Bauer.
on the battle.
Yeah, Owen Lewis is about a second and a half behind this battle. He needs to try and close that gap to have any chance of putting any sort of pressure on the front runners. More DRS coming, here we go.
Is he going to go left? Is he going to go right?
He's not.
He just stays behind him.
He's not. He wasn't close enough on this occasion. Holgate and Ivan into the pits. 10 laps on those softs. They're going on to mediums.
Just brought Philip and oh god,
Callum MacArthur.
Callum, that's it, yeah. It's the only way I remember that actually then, right, was because Callum pulled up behind him. So we've got Philip, Callum and Callum now both in the Mercedes. So Callum's definitely gained some more places back from his first lap incident.
Yeah, Philip and Callum Harrod both having great recovery drives. Caesar with another time penalty. Owen Lewis is right on the back of Waddington. The two championship rivals. This is going to be a good one. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. We're in for a classic battle here.
This could be a mechanical sack. Oh, they're all of them boxing. No, don't come on.
They're all in the pits. Oh, we're in for a pit stop race here. We're in for a pit stop race.
I was so hoping for a DRS race, but pit stop races will do. So let's just see where Dean's now taking the lead.
And that means Dean is in the lead. It's mediums for Waddington. Mediums for Bauer.
He gets out.
They're all on mediums.
They go out same position.
Just keeping essentially net lead of the race.
And they're lucky because here comes Phil now straight down the home straight. So they all three of them managed to.
Very well timed on the pit stop.
That's not going to make Phil very happy. He probably should have got them here, but
now Bauer, look at this. Bauer's starting to pull away already. Well, for a moment there, I thought it looked like he was going to start pulling away.
Absolutely, yeah.
But still, very well played from.
But look at this though. This bit's up into third now, so it's Alfa Romeo 1-3 at the moment. Come on, boys.
How's about that? And then you've got.
That's exactly what we need.
Yeah. Which I mean, that could be a cat amongst the pigeons as far as the championship is concerned.
Yes,
I
have been trying my hardest to really.
But of course, we've got well, Dean's in the pits as I say that. But of course, Alfa Romeo at the bottom of the championship standings because they've not had the best season. A lot of that down to the aggressive driving from. A lot of that down to the aggressive driving from Matt Dixon. The amount of penalties he accumulated resulted in him being put back into the commentary box.
Sorry, just I had a message come through, so I wasn't really fully. You know when you're listening, but it goes in one ear and straight out the other one. Who got me back into the commentary box? Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, that's happened to me on so many occasions. But yeah, as I was saying, with the penalties that Matt Dixon accumulated over the course of this season, it resulted in him being put back into the commentary box.
Yeah, and where is he?
He's nowhere to be seen tonight, but hopefully he'll be ready for the X2 race.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Yeah, and Dean was in the pits. Yeah, and that means Pete Polini is in the lead of the race. Started 13th, he is now leading the race. Anthony Bauer, look at this! He manages to get past Travis without much difficulty, and he's now into second place.
Yeah, is Travis going to hold up the other guys behind him now? Because he could really help his
No, he
team.
doesn't, he's coming into the pits.
He could really help his team out, but Dean's already pitted, so that screws that well. That's good. So he did the same
and he
amount
gets a
of
5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Oh, the speeding in the pit lane. Oh, dear. And Callum
with
has
another
also now
penalty.
gained himself a 3-second time penalty.
Philip in the pits again. Oh,
again.
What's happened this time? He's in
Phil
the pits again.
Had a good race. I haven't seen him hit a wall.
Nice.
I would have just carried on going on the hards. They probably would. 5 seconds to go penalty as well for something.
Oh.
And he's off.
That would have been.
I mean, that's gonna ruin your fight a little bit.
Yeah. So at this point, we don't know who's going to win until everyone's crossed the line and penalties are taken into account.
That's it. Well, at the moment, Maverick is 11 seconds in the lead, so he does have to pit again, but he's quite happy. Just
he hasn't actually Pete hasn't actually made a stop yet. That's the thing. He hasn't made a stop yet.
I wonder how long he's going to push these tyres, because obviously the guys behind him are now on the tank tyres, but they're going to catch him quite quickly. So if he pits now and goes on, he's going to come out 8th, 9th, maybe 10th.
So we're just over halfway through the race now. Lap 15 of 27. Pete Polini in the lead, Anthony Bauer second, Owen Lewis third, Waddington fourth, having a run at him. He's not going to be close enough to make a move on this occasion. Dean fifth, Callum Harrod sixth, Callum MacArthur seventh, Holgate eighth, Ryan Forey ninth, Ivan 10th, JVL 11th, and then you've got Travis, Tom McGregor, Scott Young, Caesar, Jazz, Philip, Gareth, Irving, and Michael Booker. No retirements as of yet, but mind you, now that I've said that, we're probably going to end up with at least a couple of retirements.
Yeah. Half of the grid will retire now. Philip Nelson's another 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. You, my friend, are absolutely trashing your own race. He's now down in 17.
And he's in the pits again!
Again! And so I just saw that he came up saying in the pits. What's he in the pits for now? Another tyre change. And a wing change.
And a front wing change.
And onto the soft change. Oh dear.
Is he going to be able to get the soft at the end of the race? Well, he might as well go for the fastest lap outside the top 10.
Yeah, because I don't think he's going to, as quick as he is, I do not think he's going to make it back up into the...
Yeah, he hasn't got much left to lose at the end of the day, so it's a case of might as well go for the fastest lap outside the top 10.
Why not? Why not? I haven't really seen much of Mike this race. He's having quite a lovely little race. Down in 18th.
Michael Booker, yeah.
Going wide, he's just gone a little bit wide there on track limits, but I know that he doesn't favour this track particularly very much, but I was expecting more from wee old Mike here, after the amount of practice we've all put in.
Yeah, and Waddington still battling Lewis.
He's just over there. Oh, he's taking it back.
Lewis cut the corner. He's going to need to give the place back.
Will he? Will he give the place? Oh, yeah, yes.
He does, there you go.
But Ant was very lucky the way he slowed down there on the racing line. Ant was very lucky that he didn't actually just go straight into the back of him.
Absolutely. But these two are still going to be battling amongst themselves as the leaders start to pull away.
Yeah, this is a leader's point as well. I'm looking at Maverick's lap times and the gap between him and Anthony Bauer, and it's not dropping as quick as what I thought it was. It's less than half a second a lap he's catching. But he still does have to pit though, so there is that.
And there we go. Polini's coming into the pits. Race leader is in the pits. Owen Lewis back ahead of Waddington. This is going to be a great battle towards the end of the race.
It is. It's a shame that it's not all three of them still anymore, because while these two are battling,
there goes Bauer into the lead. Lewis, and then
Maverick
there you
into
go.
the pits for a set of softs. Oh, what? Here we go. Williams in fifth on a set of softs. Do you reckon to the end of the race? That's going to be.
Well, we saw some of the guys earlier go on to start on softs. Some of them managed to push them as late as 12 laps. So, but with how rubbered in the track is now, it's very likely that. Oh, and the touch! Waddington's out of spin, and he's in the wall.
Oh dear. And then again, he's trying to the wall again himself.
That's his race up in smoke. That's his race up in smoke. It's all falling apart
very
for him.
unlucky.
There will surely be an investigation after the race regarding that incident. I would
probably think so. I just hope they both recorded what happened, but that's given Maverick the perfect opportunity.
But of course, that could be crucial. This could be crucial in the championship.
Yes, yeah. As Phil setting the fastest lap in, but that is gonna. I know Owen missed his race last week, so the point deficit is bigger, but this is definitely going to bring it all back closer again. Callum's having a nice little fight back up into fifth at the moment, 1 second behind.
Great recovery drive from him. Here we go. Here comes Waddington into the pits now. Philip Nilsson.
Is he going to go softs?
More than likely at this point. Likely at this point. I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, Callum MacArthur, 17 laps on.
He's not. He's going mediums.
Maybe he ran out of softs.
Very slow exit on the pits as well. Maybe he did. Maybe
he did run out of soft tyres.
Or he's playing it just a little bit safer, thinking maybe I won't make it to the end on a set of softs. This is the information that we could never really sort of find out, but he's come out of the pits 14th, 6 seconds behind his teammate. He's got some work ahead of him to recuperate some points. Really, that was a big word for you there, Ben. Yeah.
Recuperate. I've just had a look at the race records, and I made a slight miscalculation. Turns out it was Waddington that was on pole position in Singapore last time. It was Philip Nilsson that won in Singapore. He didn't start on pole, but he won the race. Phil. That's what it was. So that was Philip Nilsson's first pole position of the season, and he's 19th.
We might have to just get him in for a brief sort of conversation afterwards to find out what exactly did happen with his pit stops.
Yeah, what exactly went wrong?
They just seem to be like in a pit for funsies, or Michael Booker with a 3-second time penalty. That's the first one I've seen of him. 50s, so it's a shame because if he kept that going, he could have...
Meanwhile, JBL having a crack at Holgate.
Oh, go on, Jay.
Holgate almost losing the back end there, managed to correct the slide, but he lost the place as a result. That could be another incident that gets investigated after the race. But JBL is now up into 8th. And as I say that, JBL...
Holgate's no, and he has left.
JBL was technical issues. Oh no!
Really sad for JBL. This always happens to JBL. If you get him cut, you get him. Which is a shame. He always gets this really nicely up into the points and then has technical issues. But Travis behind him, is it Travis Tisbits in the Alfa Romeo? Is definitely pulling him in.
Ryan Foy, meanwhile, he's all the way up into 6th place. As Callum MacArthur almost lost the back end of his Mercedes, Ryan Foy in the Haas, he's up into 6th place.
That's an impressive drive. I've always liked. He's one of those drivers that I find that is always in the right place at the right time. But that was unlucky for JBL. He's obviously rejoined, but he's lost 2 positions in that small little gap. And we've got Callum in the pits, in the Mercedes for a set of softs. That's his second pit stop of the day. I wonder if he had wing damage. Got any other battles going out on track? Oh, we do. There's a 4-car train. We have a 4-car train battle with Iceman.
Yeah, that's Tom McGregor, Irvin, Michael Booker, and Philip Nilsson. It's not going to mean much in the grand scheme of things, but it's good. It's still good to see these battles happen.
Yeah,
Michael Booker with another time penalty meanwhile,
and another one straight after it as well.
Oh goodness me!
I like watching some of the back markers fighting because they have nothing to fight for, but they still give it everything as if they are fighting for points. Oh, it's a little bit unlucky there. I do find with this track as well though, when you are fighting with someone, if you go to avoid an accident, you have to come off the line and the game will give you a penalty for it. It doesn't recognise the difference between cutting a corner and avoiding an incident. That's unlucky. 3-second time penalty for
which is probably why I think they need people like us on board with the development so that the AI knows the flipping difference.
Yes, yeah. I fully agree with you.
Yeah, I would have said something else there, but I've got to keep it PG. and tropical spins! That's probably damage! Oh, dearie me. The infamous turn 17 strikes again, but not the wall we were expecting.
Yeah, let's hope that wall doesn't come out for this race. Philip has got past all of the back markers and is now back into 15th. Got no real sort of battles happening in the top 10 at the moment. They're all sort of happening at the back of the grid. Ant's on his teammate's gearbox. He's obviously going to want to get past, so hopefully they will just let him go past and not fight him like that. Perfectly done.
He is bearing down on Dean and bearing down fast. He's got DRS. He might have a crack here.
Oh, is he going to do it?
And Dean trying to play That's it. Now that's interesting. Dean looks like he was breaking the slipstream, but it looks like he actually slowed down altogether. Didn't want to challenge him. That's interesting.
Maybe he's thinking, Oh, I was going to say maybe he's thinking playing the long game, but there's not many laps left. And he's on mediums. Maybe it's just a case of banking the points for Alfa Romeo.
Taking an Alain Prost approach to the climax of this race. I mean, fair play to him if that's the case. Fair play to him if that's the case. Wellington with another time penalty.
Up into third at the moment. He is proper.
He is within DRS range of Owen Lewis.
That's what I'm on board with at the moment. Is Dean going to be in DRS? No, he's not either. It's a shame. But yeah, Pete is definitely going to give Owen a fight at the end of the straight.
He might actually have a crack here at the.
I think he's going to have a go. Yeah.
Here we go.
Jump on board. Here we go. Where's he going to go?
He is bearing down on him. He's going down very quickly. He's going to
down the inside.
They almost made contact. And Lewis was.
There was no corner cut. I think it was.
Lewis was ahead. Lewis was ahead heading into the corner, so he doesn't need to give the place back.
Owen's slowing right down on the apex there to backing him up into Dean again.
That's an interesting
good little strategy,
move there.
but very dirty.
That is a very interesting move there.
That's probably what I would try to do, because you think Maverick's he's on the soft tyres. If he gets past Owen, he stands a very good chance of bringing the gap down.
And potentially taking the race win, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got DRS. That's a very sharp move to left, and he gets past easy.
For the braking zone, that's nice. Dean is definitely, with these two battling, Dean is definitely coming back into the fight. He's going to want to try and grab them points back.
Yeah.
I don't think Owen can give this up too easily though on this.
Yeah. And as it
stands, Caesar.
As it stands in the championship, Lewis will close the gap on Anthony Waddington by 15 points. Waddington's not in the points at the moment, so Lewis will go from 127 to 144. He'll be 67 points behind in the championship.
How many races do we have left? 4 after this one?
There's Japan, Mexico, USA, Brazil. There's 5 races to go.
5. So
this could
anybody's game.
Still go down to the final race.
Oh, that would be brilliant! Final race for the championship points battles. That would be good.
Yeah, and
Pete is definitely pulling away from.
JBL has plummeted down the order by the looks of things. And he gets another time penalty as a result. Oh, no wonder he's plummeted down the order. He's got more front wing damage.
Oh, yeah, right, end plate. Not just the end plate, the whole of the little flaps have gone as well. That's going to cause some problems for some right-hand turns there. And with Philip pouring down as well. I saw him in the background on the straight. He's definitely going to want to take some action. Ooh. Can't quite tell if Gareth has rejoined. There's a yellow flag somewhere. What have we got a yellow flag for?
It's what could it be for? It's Travis! Travis in the Alfa Romeo!
No, Travis!
And he can't... He can't the boys! Oh my goodness me! What in the world was that all about?
I don't quite know what to say about that.
I managed to catch the incident on stream. What on earth was that all about?
So did I. I'm going to have to record it as well, just to have my own evidence of that. But I literally jumped on it just as...
It looks like Travis reversed without thinking about who was behind him. And Gareth just slammed straight into him.
That's very, very unlucky for Gareth. That's 2 races in a row that he has been involved in an incident that has ended his race sadly. Okay, more closer to the end of the race than the start of the race this time, but still a disappointing result for both of them. Tisbits, thanks for crashing my Alfa Romeo though. It's nice of you to do that.
That's going to cost a fair bit in repairs.
Yeah.
And he managed to get past Owen Lewis. Meanwhile, Owen Lewis is now down to fourth.
Has Owen got wing damage? No, he's got no wing damage, so I'm wondering if it's just...
But interestingly, the more places that Owen Lewis loses, the less points he'll be able to claw back on Warrington's championship lead.
Yeah. Looking at the gap distance between Anthony Bauer and Pete at the moment, it's 3 seconds, so 2 laps to go.
We could be in for a grandstand finish here.
Possibly. I just don't think there's enough. Well, I don't know. The gap is dropping quite rapidly. He's on 14 off mediums at the moment, Anthony. So he's going to be struggling for some form of grip towards here.
But then of course you've got the time penalties to take into account as well. We don't know who's going to we don't actually know who's going to win this race until everyone's crossed the line.
Have a look. I can tell you now. I'm going to get a race director. Have a look how many penalties has Anthony Bauer got. One. He's only got 1 penalty. So
as long as he keeps it above 3 seconds, he'll be fine. As long as he keeps it above 3 seconds, he'll be fine. But of course, then you've got to take...
because Maverick's got one,
he's got a few penalties as well.
He's got 3 penalties, so Dean could possibly end on it. You're right, we don't know who's... We don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 penalties for Dean, so this could be anybody's game towards the line.
Yeah. So while we're getting ready for the final lap, who's your driver of the day?
Oh, don't ask me this. At the moment, see, I can't be biased. I don't want to say Dean, because obviously he's my teammate, but I don't want to be biased. But I could possibly say almost any of the top 8 could easily take that. Callum's had, again, drive come back from the back of the grid to 5th. He seems to be good at doing this, so that also deserves some merit. Maverick and Chemical Sack, they've both been cleanly fighting, so I don't know.
And Dean and Owen almost touch. Dean gets back into 3rd. But yeah,
and here we go, as I was saying, the Haas there in the back,
that's Michael Booker. What's he doing getting involved in this? He's a lap down.
I thought it was the other Haas. I thought it was his teammate. I was going to say, look, there we go. Perfect example.
But we aren't always about 17, 18 seconds down the road.
I know, that's what I mean. I just thought in the background, I thought, I'll have a look, and then, as you said, realised it wasn't that Haas. What is Michael Booker doing? He's going fastest lap outside the top 10. But, brilliant view for the battle of Dean and Owen, though, from...
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to cut away from that now, as we've got Anthony Bauer. He's doing a little bit of showboating through the final sequence of corners, but he comes across the line now. He takes the checkered flag, but is he going to keep the race win?
Yes, he did.
Polini takes 2nd. Owen Lewis, Lewis keeps the podium. Anthony Bauer wins the Russian Grand Prix, and Owen Lewis keeps 3rd place on the podium. Callum gets 5th. Unbelievable.
Brilliant, absolute brilliant. I did not expect it to turn out like that. Driver for the day. Let me see where people started again. So let's go to position change.
Waddington managed to get ninth place, so he gets 2 points out of this race. So the gap only closes by 13 points instead of 15.
Yeah, and I saw Philip Nielsen as well also gets 2 points, 1 for 10 and 1 point for setting fastest lap of the race. So
which means I'm going to need to go through the order for the fastest lap outside the top 10. Michael Booker with a 34.9.
Yeah.
So Michael Booker gets the 2 points for the fastest. Yeah, Michael Booker gets the fastest lap outside the top 10.
I'm going to go for my driver of the day as well. Looking at where people started to where they finished, I'm going to have to give it to Maverick in the Williams, 11th, the P2. That's quite an impressive drive. Are we going to do a podium interviews?
Yes, I am going to get the. I'm going to get the podium into the party chat, and we'll take it from there. So let's just recap the top 10. It's the results. Anthony Bauer taking the race win. Pete Polini second, then Owen Lewis, Dean, Callum Harrod, Ryan Forey, Jorge, Ivan, Anthony Waddington, Philip, Paul Sitter. And you've got Michael Booker, who got the fastest lap outside of the top 10.
Congratulations, guys.
There we go. We have the entire podium. We have the entire podium with us now, so we'll get into the interviews, and then I'll go get myself ready for my race. So,
have you decided on your driver of the day?
Like I said, my driver of the day got to be Pete Polini with his incredible drive from 13th up into 2nd.
Yeah, that's who I was going for as well.
Yeah. So the first hour race winner, Anthony Bauer. Fantastic job. Fantastic job today. How do you feel the race went from your perspective?
It was definitely a tough race. I don't think I've ever sweat so much on this game. I was just managing my tires and my ERS, and my strategy on this track is use basically no ERS and no fuel through the corners, and then just bust it down the straightaway, and they can't get past you with the DRS. So I was able to hold my ground, and nobody could get past me.
So yeah, and on top of that, we also saw that you were involved in a great battle with Owen Lewis and Anthony Waddington towards the climax of the race.
Yeah, that was insane. I don't know how I didn't get caught up in any kind of wreck or anything like that. That was amazing racing from everyone.
That was absolutely a fantastic race to watch.
Even better to be a part of.
Yeah, no, I am sort of slightly thinking I wish I actually took part now, but through circumstances, my end, I wasn't able to. If I had something occur that I would have had to pause it, and AI mode would have just dropped it all the way back to the grid, and I would never have brought it back. So I chose to just give my seat up for the night and let someone else race it.
Well, we sure did put on a show for you, so.
Oh, that was definitely one show. Was you a little bit concerned of when you had the guy behind you catching you up as erratic as he was on the last lap? Because everybody has penalties, so you never quite know if you're going to keep that position or not. Was a little bit of like fingers crossed as you crossed the line?
I was dead scared because Maverick was crazy fast. That was an amazing strategy call by him. but I did ask my engineer if he had penalties, and I knew he had at least one more penalty than me. So as long as I kept him close, I knew I could keep the win. But he was definitely gaining on me there at the end.
I would have liked to have had one more lap.
It would have
had a
been
good fight.
dead close, man.
It was a sensational drive from I'll say even all of the drivers, even the guys that crashed out. It just was unlucky, I suppose, for some of them. But what made you decide to go with the strategy that you did, though, Maverick or Pete? Sorry, as it was a interesting strategy.
It was because I disconnected from Xbox Live in Q2 and didn't run. I ran out of time before I could put the softs back on to go back out. So I didn't have a choice. So it worked out in the end. I would have preferred probably to start up front and try to race with those guys a little more, but I had to run it on strategy instead, and it played out well for me. I was able to get through the field without any issues and had some good racing on the way through, and yeah, I was able to secure a good podium finish there. It was a tough race. You guys were really tough to run down. I'm sure those guys battling up front helped me catch them a little bit there at the end too. So can't wait to go back and watch the stream. I think it's going to be a nice watching them. You guys always do a fantastic job on the comms, so keep it up.
Yeah, but it was definitely a good race to watch back. Obviously, Kenzie, we have just lost Owen Lewis from the party.
He had to leave. It was he had an urgent matter to take care of. So now we've just got Pete Polini with us now. Pete, fantastic performance there. Not the best qualifying performance in the world, but second place. What a fantastic drive to get onto the podium.
Yeah, I knew I was going to be fast here. I've been fast in practice all week, and as long as I could stay clean, I knew I'd pick off a few positions, but second was slightly unexpected. I didn't think I'd be running them guys down like I did, so it was a very good race and really good battles at the end too. If been a little equaler on tires, I think we'd had a few more fights there, but yeah, it's tough for them guys to keep up on the mediums when I just got fresh softs on there.
So yeah, overall, how do you feel the race went from your perspective?
Like I said, I would have preferred to not get disconnected from Xbox Live and qualified on softs in Q2, but you had to make it work out. But yeah, like I said, being able to keep it clean and not get any damage or get involved in anything, and just taking advantage when there's an advantage to be taken, and moving on up and picking a few off. Just good racing.
Yes. So with this podium under your belt, do you think that's going to give you a bit of momentum heading into Japan next week?
I think so, and I enjoy Japan a lot, so I'm looking forward to it. And I think there's going to be some really good racing there. It's a very difficult track, but there's some good passing opportunities, so it should be a fun time.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. So, Pete, thanks very much for your time, and well done again on your second place.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Nice job again today.
Thank you very much.
So there we go.
Yeah, congratulations, Anthony. Great race, bud.
Yeah, good race to you, man. That was insane. I can't believe you made it all the way back up to P2.
Yeah, next time we'll try to qualify a little closer together. We'll see if we can have a little more battle time.
We'll get a nice little fight in Japan.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be close together.
Stop the other guys from raking in all of the other points.
Yeah.
Somebody got to take them home. Alright guys, thanks again. Nice job.
Yeah, thanks guys.
So there we go. That's another race out of the way. Yeah.
Done and dusted.
Yep. So yeah, now as I said towards the tail end of the race, I am going to get myself ready for my race, which will be getting underway in about an hour's time. So Ben, thanks very much for joining me.
What time is it? 8 o'clock it starts.
8 p.m. UK time. So yeah, Ben, thanks very much for joining me this evening.
You're more than welcome.
And I'll see you guys out on track in about an hour's time, and I'll see you guys on commentary next week when we head to Japan. Until then, it's good night. Thanks for watching.
Bye.